Hold the newsreader's nose squarely, waiter, or friendly milk will countermand my trousers. The free and happy use of words appears to be considered elitist or pretentious. Language is but a tool, so let's talk instead about the flexibility of language. Linguistic elasticity, if you prefer.
People seem to be able to find sensual and sensuous pleasure in almost anything but words these days.
Words, it seems, belong to other people.
Anyone who expresses themselves with originality, delight, or verbal freshness is more likely to be mocked, distrusted, or disliked than welcomed.
Should they bubble and froth and slobber and cream with joy at language? Should they let the tripping of the tips of their tongue against the tops of their teeth transport them to giddy euphoric bliss?
Should they ever yoke impossible words together for the sound sex of it?
Should they use language to seduce, charm, excite, please, affirm, and tickle those they talk to?
Should they? I admit that if you want to communicate well for the sake of passing an exam or job interview, then it is obvious that wildly original and excessively heterodox language could land you in the soup.
I think what offends officials and examiners when confronted with extremely informal, unpunctuated, and haywire language is
the implication of not caring. You slip into a suit for an interview.
You dress up your language too. You can wear whatever you want linguistically or sartorially when you're at home or with friends. But most people accept the need to smarten up under some circumstances.
It's only considerate.
But above all, let there be pleasure, let there be textural delight, let there be silken words and flinty words, and
Sodden speeches and soaking speeches and cracking utterance and utterance that quivers and wobbles like granite.
let there be rapid firecracker phrases and language that oozes like a lake of lava. Words are your birthright. Just let the words fly from your lips and from your pen and give them height and rhythm and silliness.
Give them filth and form and noble stupidity.
Words are free, and all words, light and frothy, firm and sculpted as they may be, bear the history of their passage from lip to lip over thousands of years.
Orwell famously suggested that language preceded thought, such that if the word freedom, for example, is removed from the dictionary, then the very idea of freedom will disappear with it and be lost to humanity.
A smart tyranny, he said, would remove words like justice, fairness, liberty, and right. We've been discussing the beauty of ideas and the idea of beauty.
Language is the universal whore that I must make into a virgin.
Language is my mother, my father, my brother, my sister, my whore, my mistress, my checkout girl.
Language is the complimentary, moist, lemon-scented cleansing square, or handy, freshen-up wipette.
Language is the breath of God. Language is a dew on the apple. It's the soft rain of dust that falls into a shaft of light as you pick a half-forgotten book of erotic memoirs from the bookshelf. Language is the creak on a stair. It's a sputtering match held to a frosted pane.
It's a half-remembered childhood birthday party. It's the warm, wet, trusting touch of a leaking nappy. The hulk of a charred panzer, the underside of a granite boulder, the first downy growth on the upper lip of a Mediterranean girl. It's the cobwebs long since overrun by an old Wellington boot.
Think beauty, but be beautiful. Say beauty, but say it beautifully. Beauty is duty and duty beauty. Thank you from the Palmtree Party. Good night.